So, as I'm waiting here, trying to catch the sunrise this morning so y'all can see the structure and the angles of the light. But I would just want to talk about something because this shit is for real. And before, when I was saying it, people were saying I was crazy, and I know I wasn't crazy because I've been saying they've been poisoning our water for a long time. I remember being in like first grade, and the dentist would come to the school and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, you guys need fluoride, blah blah blah." Well, my dad told me when I was little, like, do not take fluoride; it hardens your pineal gland. So I didn't want to take it, so I had to have permission slip signed and everything. And then when I started noticing that there was a lot of fluoride in our drinking water, I was like, Psh, I'm on a strictly Mountain Dew diet. Like, for real, I drink nothing but soda. But yeah, that gets me nowhere. But let's start with this. Flint, Michigan. We all know about Flint, Michigan. We know that their water is jacked up. Because Obama, as it says here, President Obama declared a federal emergency for the city of Flint, Michigan over the contamination of the city's drinking water. 1 year later, not only is the city still struggling to provide clean sources of water to the Michigan city population, but the flight of residents in Flint has opened up the conversation about water crisis in the United States that very few people even knew existed. First of all, these people have been going through a water crisis not since 2016, but since 2014, okay? They still don't have water. There's a city, I forgot what state it's in. There's a city where they don't even have water, period, and they can't even get bottled water. Well, what they're not telling you is this is not just a Flint, Michigan issue. I happen to live in California, and last year and beginning of this year, because it affected different parts of the city at different times. Oh, look at Aaron Brockovich. I didn't know Aaron Brockovich had some. See, that's 2016. Stockton freak out over the water treatment. Well, they just sent letters. They sent letters to all of our homes and was like, do not drink the water. Do not come in contact with the water. And this was the excuse they gave. This chloramine shit. Try to act like basically they put too much of the bleach shit, that they clean the water with, but it causes cancer. Okay. First of all, it causes cancer. So, and I'll be thinking like, Stockton ain't that big of a city, why would they fuck with our water? I mean, we are a big city, but we ain't no major city. Why would they fuck with our water? If they really want to get people, why wouldn't they put in like LA water or something? So that made me think about like, well, damn, if they sending us letters and telling us we can't drink our water, not to drink the water, and they talking about they didn't find no detectable lead. Yes, they did. They issued out more letters after this article was written, and they told us it was lead in it. But I was thinking, I was like, okay, so if my little old city got it, my population, I don't know what it is. I know we under 1 million, that. But how many more cities got fucked up water? So I had to do what I do. And I'm like, all right, Google, let me know. Let me know. Look at this. 5,300 U.S. water systems are in violation of lead rules. Those are lead rules. So how many other cities are using the chloramine excuse? Okay? Think about that. That's 5,300 cities that they're admitting, and this was June 2016, that the water is jacked up. Imagine how many cities they're telling us they are not telling us about. Like, they have been systematically poisoning us through our water. First, they attacked us through our food with the steroids, and now they're attacking us with our water. It's not safe to drink the drinking water. And look at this. This one is June. This one says 33 cities across the U.S. So how within a period of 7 days did you just find a whole another 5,200 and plus and plus? Or like, if it can go from 33 to 5,300, and I know these are different sources, and I'm not going to click and read. You guys can click and read yourself. Just Google water crisis in the U.S. How many cities are really affected? If you ask me, I happen to think every single last one. But since, this is coming out and it's being exposed, they're they're telling, so to speak, or they're just giving us minimal information. That shit ain't right with me. Like, even with the bottled water, giving my kids bottled water, I'm still iffy because the plastic. It's like there's BPA in the plastic. It's like you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. And the only way we're gonna fix this is if everybody wake up and realize what's actually going on. Even as far as them, let me see. Back in July, people thought I was crazy because I kept saying, they're doing something. They're doing something with the pressure. They're pressurizing something with the air. Something. I don't know. I couldn't figure it out because all I knew is I was telling them like, dang, there's some type of new electric magnetic waves in the air. Because what happened was I had a radio. I put a CD in there, a regular, 3 disc stereo. You know how we had big radios, 1200 watts. I put a CD in there, and when I pressed play on the CD, it was like muffled, like the sound waves of the CD player and the tape cassette player. It was muffled in the air. I was asking my kid's dad. I was like, "You see that? You see that? You see that?" Like, and he was like, "Yeah, I hear it." And I'm like, "Something going on." So I was like, "They doing something with electric magnetic waves." So you know what I did? I put a fork in the microwave and I put the timer on 20. I swear for living Jesus, may God strike me dead. The fork didn't even spark. So I put a knife in there with it also. No sparks, no nothing. That instantly made me say, what's going on? And I let the counter count down from 20 to 1. I was waiting on it to spark a fire. I was waiting on the microwave to blow up. Nothing happened. And my head kept hurting. And I kept feeling like it was pressurized. I kept saying that because I kept feeling like my ears was gonna pop. And people weren't paying attention. A lot of people went to the doctor and they was like they heard a loud noise and sound like bombs and stuff. I didn't hear that. I didn't hear the noise, but I could feel all the pressure. And when that happened, it went away like maybe a couple hours afterwards. But there was like this alarm that went out off through the city, and I thought maybe they're just testing like an emergency alarm, because they do that. Well, yeah, I think it was a whole nother different test going on. It's hard to explain, but everything in my house, like the PlayStation camera, the camera on top of the TV, all our cell phone cameras, and I mean, I had a cell phone, my kids had a cell phone, my kids had cell phones, both of them. Their tablets, anything with a camera on it came on simultaneously. Like everything came on. Like I could see my children in their room playing Minecraft through like everybody's video was on the screens. And I was like tripping out like, what in the world is going on? This is when they did the free Wi-Fi thing. People might not remember this, but back in late June, early July, they made Wi-Fi free for everybody. And it was like this for a whole 2 days. And I had to call people and tell them, I was like, I can see you through your camera, put a code on your Wi-Fi. People was just saying, oh, Wi-Fi could connect for free, and they were connecting because everybody, they gave everybody these Obama phones, aka trackers. Now the cell phone is a tracker. If they done gave free iPhones, yes, in stock in California, as in Obama phones, they were giving away people iPhones. First, they tried to give away the little small Androids, so they had to upgrade. Then they started giving them Galaxies. Yes, I kid you not. Then they went from Galaxies to start giving them LGs, and they went from LGs to start giving them iPhones. Like, for what though? And they tell you, oh, it's only one per household. That's bullshit. They got like 10 different companies and you can get one for each one. They are nothing but tracking devices. Nothing but tracking devices. Stay away from them Obama phones. First of all, okay? Because they done basically turned our technology like the internet, how they made a network where we can all connect with each other. They basically have used our cell phones and all the devices around us. Like some people have refrigerators with cameras on and stuff. Some people have washing machines. They have these GPS devices. They are using all these devices to track us. They are keeping track of all of our data, everything that we search. Basically, it's like, and y'all don't remember, but when it happened, when they did the free Wi-Fi thing, they shut down YouTube and the whole internet, and everybody had to click the check, sign terms and agreements again so you could get back on. And I read it. It's basically, it stated anything that you put on the internet becomes property of the U.S. government. It no longer belongs to you, and you can be prosecuted by whatever you upload. So it's like, if they're collecting our cell phone data and all type of data, they can predict us, like it's like an algorithm. Like, once they predict it, it's like they can prosecute you for a crime you were thinking about, but you actually didn't carry it out. Say if you're talking to somebody on the phone and y'all talking about something, y'all really don't ever do it, but you was planning on do it, or you was like, beat their ass, like, kill that motherfucker, blah, blah, blah. But people just be talking. Well, now they can actually prosecute you based on that. They're spying on you. They've been spying on us. When I said that, somebody else called me crazy. And then this movie called Snowden. I didn't even know who Edward Snowden is. I didn't. When I seen the movie, like, I had to call my mom and tell her, like, mom, you gotta watch this movie. I told you. And when I seen it, it was like basically confirming what I already, knew. That's basically what it did. And I couldn't understand, like, why would they do this? Why are they doing this? Man, y'all got to understand, the war is not with other countries. The government has actually launched war against us, U.S. American citizens. I don't want compressed air. They will put that up. Though there was a lot of videos also that they cut and edited on YouTube once I got back on. Because let me tell you, my sons, they were in this Minecraft, and Minecraft came out with this thing like the New World. This is when I don't play Minecraft. Those of you who play Minecraft, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They came out with like this New World update, and basically it was like the end of the world. And then basically everybody online playing Minecraft was like building an ark and trying to save the thing once you go real high in the sky, and they were trying to make it float like it was going to be the end of the world. And it was like a few thousand people working together to do this now, in an online game. And so I got into it with my son, just pretending. I'm like, come on, Kai, we could do it. We gotta save the world. We gotta save the world. Well, this is when the internet just cut off. It conveniently cuts off. Like, when important shit goes down, it'll just cut off. Everybody know your signal goes all the way out. You ain't got nothing. And as you try to connect, it'll just be like, oh, internet unavailable with this connection, but your connection be complete full. That Wi-Fi be booming. Yeah, that happens. But after that happened, I was thinking, I was like, something is going on. Something is going on. What are they doing, man? And all this stuff I've been seeing about CERN, dude, I knew nothing about CERN. I knew nothing about this. I just want you guys to go. You guys just need to go and read yourself, because I don't like for people to take my word for it. And I hate when people just listen to somebody else and they don't actually do the research themselves. So basically, I just want to lead you to the water. You don't have to drink it. You do you. But I'm like Tupac. Like, I know I can't change the world, but somebody out there, if enough of us plant enough seeds, this new generation is gonna catch on. These MFers, they are systematically plotting to get rid of us. All these FEMA camps, this is not a joke. They are literally turning stores into FEMA camps. And it wasn't that many people affected by the damn hurricane. How many more hurricanes do you expect, and how many earthquakes do you expect? And okay, I live in Northern California. A couple weeks ago, there were fires that completely destroyed Santa Rosa and surrounding areas. When I tell you it completely destroyed it, this shit, it melted this whole place, disintegrated it. It was like September 11th attacks. Well, come to find out, that those fires weren't like accidental. They had accelerants. Like, these were plotted attacks. Like, those fires were proven to come from weapons, like, now I'm gonna say not nuclear weapons, whatever type of weaponry, whatever type of technology that they got where they can shoot and then catch shit on fire. Well, look, just what happened a couple of days ago, not in Santa Rosa, Southern California. They've attacked Southern California now. They've attacked Southern California. And, oh, I forgot to put California, huh? And it's crazy is because they want us to think that fire can burn this hot. It cannot. It cannot. It cannot. This is like they shot a missile or something. Like, here it is right here. The freeways are closed down. This was just 15 minutes ago because the fires just started taking place yesterday. And this is too close. Look, it says it's out of control. Oh my God. I didn't even realize that. I would figure they would do it. But this is crazy. As you can see the date, December 5th, yes, yesterday. This just happened. I don't know if they're covering this, but in California, we know about it. Look, in the wildfire engulfed an estimated 25,000 acres in less than 7 hours in Southern California. That is bullshit. Pure bullshit. These people need some serious help. They need some serious freaking help. They are trying to kill us. They are getting rid of us. Look, by the dry wind and windy condition. So how is wind dry and windy at the same time? We all know that you need wind and air to make the fire go. The way to put a fire out is you have to suffocate it, right? Wind, air, it's its fuel. Maybe that was a typo because it ain't windy here. This is California, okay? This is California. It is not windy. Windy, no. It might get a little cold. We say we cold when it's 65 degrees. We be freezing our butts off thinking we in Alaska or something. It wasn't windy. It was not windy. It says the Thomas Fire. Oh, they got a name for it. The Thomas Fire burned more than 50,000 acres and on the outskirts of Los Angeles County. The Creek Fire enveloped more than 11,000 acres north of the city's downtown. Another fire in the county, dubbed the Ryer Fire, had cut through 5,000 acres near the city of Santa Clarita by Tuesday evening. Authorities issued ominous warnings of more dangers to come during the multi-day event. So pre-planned terrorist attacks done by our own government across the area, as weather forecasters said the region faces extreme fire danger. Now, let me calculate this. The fire just started yesterday. So you mean to tell me it's already 66,000 acres have already been burned. Now, mind you, there are no remains of none of this. These things are literally melting. It's disintegrating this stuff. I think they are testing their weapons on us. My whole thing is, why are they trying to burn California down? The fires that were going in Santa Clara, literally ashes were raining in the sky here where we live for a whole week. We couldn't breathe and we weren't even nowhere near the fire. And the people who've been in the fire, a whole bunch of them that came up missing. There's not enough shelters for them. And Santa Clara, they're known for having a lot of witchcraft, satanic stuff going on, a lot of devil worshiping, like some real life stuff. Like, they have churches and everything there. So when Santa Clara was burning, I was lightweight, that might be the rapture of God. You never know. And then, as I was saying, I play with ashes. That's my thing is I crush them over and over again because ashes don't ever disintegrate. You can wet it with water and they just clump up and you can break them down and just crush them all over again. They'll never go nowhere. Well, this new fire in Southern California and even Santa Clara, it was like melting stuff, like disintegrating, like spontaneous combusting. Like, there are no remains. Like, the metal was not turning to ashes. It was just burning and then burning and disappearing and just leaving just a little bit left. People's car windows were completely melted. There was no frames of vehicles left. I'm trying to figure out where is all the debris. And then you had to sign up to have your place cleaned up or California was now going to fine you. Basically, what I'm trying to say is we need to wake up. We need to wake up. There is a lot going on in this country right now, and the attack is on us, the people. I'm not the attack ain't on us, the black people. The attack always done been on us, the black people. The attack done always been on the Muslims. The attack done always been on the Hispanics. The attack has always been on the Chinese. The attack has always been on the Cambodians. The attack has always been on the Hmong. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could go down the list. The attack has always been on us minorities. But the new thing is they don't care about the minority no more. The attack is on everybody, especially like Caucasians who don't have that necessary white privilege, the regular people. The attack is on them too. And basically, they just want to get rid of as much of us as they can, especially those who don't comply and conform, because this new agenda that they've been plotting and planning for my whole life, since I've been alive, since 1986, and be prior to then, it, man, let me tell you, my dad got an honorable discharge. He was a Marine for 24 years. He used to tell me all the time that, man, Henry Oswald, dude, he didn't kill Kennedy. My dad knows a whole lot more. I'm not going to touch on it. I'm not going to speak on that because I know how serious it is. And he was sworn to secrecy, and they gave him a pretty good income. And he's passed. He passed in 2014, and they might take away our survivor benefits if I say something. So I'm not even trying to go there with the government or the VA because that's messing with income for me and my mama. So yeah, I feel like they really will do some crap like that. But the moral of the story is we gotta wake up, man. We gotta see what they doing, and the only way we gonna win this is we come together. Like, forget what your skin look like, forget whatever your color is. We all bleed red, and I mean, because if people want to get technical, the only people with hair on their head happen to be those from the tribe of Judah. I mean, everybody else is supposedly got fur. You know, it's not hair. And not saying that we're above nobody or nothing, but melanated people with melanated skin, our DNA is actually different. Even the coding, we have extra DNA, and they refer to it as junk DNA because it's not the fair skinned people, not fair skinned, I'm not even gonna say that, but I don't even want to use, yeah, I'll just use the term white people in general. They don't have that in their DNA, so they call it junk DNA because they don't know how to explain why do we have extra and they don't. What we need to do is figure out how do we activate our junk DNA? How do we get back to our true self? If we could activate our junk DNA, man, don't you know we would be unstoppable? We would no longer be in prison. And there's so many people that are really plugged into this matrix and they don't realize it. And I've never like been the traditional person. Like, I never allowed myself to get plugged in. I just couldn't. And I feel responsible and guilty because growing up, I was in technology. That was my thing. And I put so many people, especially my family members, I pushed it on them. I pushed all the latest devices on them. And for the past 3 or 4 years, I've been the one telling them, hey, get rid of that. Hey, you know, I've been taking black mat Sharpies and crossing out their front cameras because they're not listening when I tell them they're spying on you. Nobody's listening because they're just thinking, why would they spy on me? Man, they're spying on you so they can fucking have the data, basically. And everybody walking around taking all these selfies and you know put yourself in a damn facial recognition. Don't you know they got walk recognition software? They can tell who you are based on your walk now. And they got apps and stuff talking about, oh, let me read the palm of your hand. No, they scanning your hand. You giving up your fingerprints, my nigga. Stop it. Do not listen to this country, but educate yourself. Like, really start researching some of this stuff. Stop thinking everything is conspiracy theory and investigate. Just do your research and pick out the bullshit from the true shit. I mean, you should be able to tell. Many people can tell, but that's what we got to do. We have to spread this, man. We got to make everybody aware because the only way to do it is if we have awareness, then we have a chance. And I mean, I feel like the power is in the kids because they're the future. They're the ones who can change this. If we teach our kids correctly and teach our kids to stick together too and don't, you know, we need to stop telling our babies that's a white person, that's a black person, this person is black, this person is white, this person is yellow, this person is red. Children don't see that. They don't see that. All they see is my friend. They see the inside of a person. We need to stop. We need to stop dividing ourselves. That's what we need to do. We have to stop, because if we can raise them right, in their generation grow up and realize, hey, we all believe the same way. Hey, we all want the same thing. We all want peace. We all want peace of mind. We all want our family to be safe, and we just want to be okay. We all want the same thing, but those are theirs that have an evil agenda. People, this world is full of evil. I mean, there's no evil up in heaven. There's no evil in the skies. You know what I'm saying? The evil exists on this plane only. You know, this is where he rules. This is the underworld. I mean, TARDIS is down there, yeah, but this is the underworld. This is it. And we gotta, I mean, yeah, it's sad when our body dies, but our body is nothing but a vessel. It's like a car. It's like a car. You know, you get in your car and go drive because you got to go somewhere. That's basically what this is. Our body is our car for earth. Our soul never dies. We all make it back to the creator, if you come from that creator. And if not, prepare for slaughter, because I mean, you're doomed. You are doomed. And who are you to question God's judgment? Because you got to pay for the sins of your creator. Because not all of us come from the one source. Some of us have been created by, I'm not going to use that term because I don't like it, but people refer to it as the Anunnaki, which means those from the head of the skies. But the DNA was altered. It was. It's evident. It was altered. And if you don't believe it, how do you explain the fact that we have more DNA than something that was supposedly created? You know, and you know, remember they've been cloning sheep for a long time. What was the sheep? I think they named the sheep Sally, the one that they cloned. The first time they cloned it was like in 1998, and then like 2001 they said, oh, we cloned the sheep for real this time. But you know, in China, they're hatching hens from the egg without a shell. They're cracking the egg open and hatching that bitch in 21 days and got a full-blown chicken, hen, whatever you want to call it. You know, we got to get back. We got to get back to what's important. We got to. We got to. We got to watch out. We need to educate. We have to share. We need to share. And they're trying to do away with our information. The only thing good about the internet, I say, is free information. But Trump is trying to take away free press, and they're trying to block that. Pretty soon we won't be able to access all this information like we are now, that they have over in these libraries in different countries and stuff like we can now. That is the one good thing about the internet. It's like they can't get rid of what we need to know. And a lot of people don't want to believe in the Bible or whatever. Well, we know King James, yeah, he wrote it, but I think it was more of like a power trip. I think it was more of a power trip, because these stories, man, they're not just in the Bible. These stories are in every religion, every culture. They just have different names and little different scenarios. So I don't understand what's the big deal. People want to get on everybody, and y'all want to argue. Why are we arguing? We're all saying the same thing. You got to stop listening to these royal bloodlines and their hidden agenda, and discover you. The power is, we need to know ourselves. Know who you are. Find your purpose. Find your purpose. We all have a purpose. We are all here right now on this planet to raise the vibration of our planet, because right now it's very low. I mean, our earth we're killing it. We are killing the earth. Just think, if we destroy the earth, where is man going to inhabit? Where is man going to go? Life just can't end. Existence just can't end. Where are we going to go? You think God is going to let us rest up there with him? I mean, really? He built this wonderful place for us. He created it for us, and we're killing it. You don't think that hurts him? Let me stop saying him, just because, well, just so people can understand, because people online act like they slow. You know, I'm talking about the energy, whether it's a him or her. You know, it's both feminine and masculine. So I just say him because, I don't know, just saying him because I'm female, and I don't know. it's just, anywho, you don't have to go to church, man. All you got to do is recognize that true source that you come from. It is within us all. Matter of fact, if you close your eyes and you focus on the point between the bridge of your nose and your forehead, you'll notice everything is black at first. Then you'll see this little pin drop of light. And you'll notice the more you focus on it and the more you relax, you must relax. Because if you don't relax, your eyes will start jumping and you'll be squeezing your eyelids shut, trying to open your eyes, trying to see why your eyes are closed. So you got to relax. And the key is breathing. Once you find that little pin of light, you focus and you breathe more slowly and longer until that pin of light, and you focus and you just watch. When that pin of light is going to get brighter and brighter and brighter. Next thing you know, it seems to get almost as bright as the sun. Yes, this is with your eyes closed, okay? It gets almost as bright as the sun. Then the next thing you know, it gets so bright you can see other colors. Like you can literally see other colors around the edges of it, like blue, red. And then once that happens, it's like a blackness with like stars everywhere. So to me, it's like seeing the universe with your eyes closed. I kid you not, people. This is so real. Just practice. Just practice. Research. I'm telling you. I am telling you. And then once you get to that point, just keep focusing and breathing. It's like literally taking an astral trip, so to speak, or lucid dreaming, but it's just deep meditation. And I mean, so much, like anything you wanted to know or anything that's bothering you and so in your mind, it's like you get automatic wisdom. It's like nobody's telling it to you in a voice. You don't hear a physical voice. You hear it in your head just as if it's your conscience, but it's that higher conscious which is letting you know. And it's like you know the answer. It comes to you. Everything will be revealed to you. It's like whatever you ask, you get it. That door opens. This is very true. See, stuff like this is you got to decode the Bible because it tells us it's like a manual, but between the language and the translations and everything and the order it's been put out of, it's hard for people to understand it. It's hard. And I don't know if y'all been noticing, but the Mandela effect. For those of you plugged into the Matrix, y'all think Mandela died in what, 2013, 2014? I got a good memory. My dad was born in 1935, so I was born in 1986. So yeah, I was raised by a smart, retired military man, And my mom's a nurse. But I remember when Mandela died a long time ago as a kid because my dad made a really big deal about it. And we were driving from California to Wichita, Kansas in one of his vans, and he was going so slow. We were going to a swap meet, and this was like a 3-day trip. And I remember when Mandela died, like my dad was going climbing a mountain, and we had a long discussion about it because I didn't know who Mandela was at the time. And my dad had explained all this. And now you got T-Pain walking around talking about, I said, and then not ooh wee. Y'all, we know that song used to say, ooh wee. It did. It did. It did. Just like the Berenstain Bears. Now it's the Berenstain Bears. Okay. I read every single last one of them books as a kid. My brother had every single last one. My aunt bought it on his bookshelf, and I would get like 10 at a time and read it. Like I would do this. And I was watching the movie The Mask, right? Because that whole thing where the girl did the speech, you like me, you really, really like me. Jim Carrey in The Mask, he did like a funny thing about it. He was like, you like me, you really, really like me. Well, the Mandela effect didn't hit The Mask yet. It hit the other one because it's changed. That never existed. But on The Mask, he says it. And the other one is, my favorite movie used to be The Mighty Ducks Part 2. And there was this song that played in it. We are the champions, my friend. Dun, dun, dun. Well, at the end of the song, at the end of the movie, you remember they're at the campground and they were just, they started singing it. Everybody has heard that song. It used to be one of my favorite songs. At the end, after they goes, no time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world. They trying to convince us that never happened. It didn't exist. Well, my aunt still has a lot of VHS tapes, original Disney VHS tapes, Black Diamond edition. You can holler at me if you're interested. I don't know if y'all know about it. They're worth a whole lot of money. We got regular ones, but she also has limited edition black diamond ones. Like my kids have all the regular ones in their collection, but she's been collecting the black diamond ones because those tapes are going for like $8,000 a piece. We have a whole collection of it. Whole collection. But yeah, that's just what I want to do, just exposing them, what they doing and what's going on, and you know, putting my personal experiences in there, because this is something that has been going on for a minute that I have been saying, but man, nobody was listening to me. But I'm discovering there are so many out there that are more like-minded like me, and the word is getting out there. Like, this age of Aquarius is showing its ass. Like it's really, we came off to a slow start, in 2012. I've been waiting on it. I've been waiting on this great awakening. And as the years been going on, it's been slowly happen. But I'm gonna tell you what got me around November, Christmas last year in 2016. That's when I started noticing. And then when the free Wi-Fi thing came on earlier this year in late June, early July, I noticed when we were finally able to get back online, everybody just seemed to be woke. Like my Facebook friends went from nobody knowing what the hell I was talking about to everybody now preaching basically what I've been saying. And I was like, dang, like people are really getting it. Like people are really waking up. People are unplugging themselves from this matrix they have created, this illusion that they have created, this illusion that is weighing us down and that is keeping us trapped on this earth, and keeps recycling us. Get out of that. Get out of that. With so many people being woke, what we're doing is we're causing a rift in this thing, okay? There's glitches everywhere. And if we continue to create a whole bunch of glitches, there's nothing they're going to be able to do. A lot more people are going to escape. And I'm going to end this video right now because the sun is rising. And we're going to catch the sunrise. That's what we're going to do. We're going to catch the sunrise. See that horizon? Let's see. They tell us it rises in the east and sets in the west, but I happen to believe that nothing is as they say it is. Like, north is north, we know that because it's true. That never changes. But I happen to think everything is backwards, East is west, west is. So the sun rises in the east and sets in that. Look at that. Right now, the moon and the sun is going to be out at the same time. Wish I could get on the roof, but I ain't going to do all that. And just look at the lighting. Just peep the lighting. Like, if we were on a round ball, there would be no reflection like this. It just would not be. It just would not be. Peep how that's just there. And then when you come over here, we got, that's just, it's not a full moon. It's not a full moon at all. I gotta zoom out so I can see my moon. Oh, there we go. It's not a full moon. Look at that. And if you don't know, the moon regulates a lot of shit like the tides, fertility. It regulates the energy that. Do you see that? If y'all watching my video, you see that flying? What the fuck is that? What the fuck did I just catch on camera? I'm gonna have to go back and look at this shit. You see, there, do you see it? Look down towards the right. It's going towards the moon now. I don't know what the fuck that is. If I had an iPhone, Lord, I could zoom in better. This is an Android. Our cameras don't work all that well. Cameras do not work all that well. And why is that part of the moon covered? I always wondered that when talking about the moon, Because I'm trying to figure it out. I could never figure out if we were a round ball, why wouldn't we be able to see everything all at once, all the time? Well, if there was an arch and if there was a dome, of course it would be reflected. Look how long it's taking for the dang sun to come up. You see it though, right? It's cold as hell out here. I'm going in my house. I'll holler at y'all later. I'm gonna catch the sunrise. I'm gonna edit it so y'all don't have to look at all this extra shit. I just want to catch it. I think sunrise is one of the most beautiful things in the world. And it proves, man, curvature. Proves curvature. You know, as above, so below. We got waters under this foundation. Well, there's waters up there, too. Above us, there are waters. And I happen to think that that's what causes the great floods. I think God breaks open them gates and he lets them waters loose. There have been a couple of floods that have destroyed the earth that people don't know. People, when we think of that, we think of Noah and his ark. There have been a couple. There have been a couple throughout history and time. Man is a whole lot older than we've been told. Some people are dumb enough to think man is only 25. What year is this? 2012. 2017. Some people think the earth is only 2017 years old because they're fucking stupid. Some people don't know that prior to Jesus Christ, there was a whole lot of thousands of years of livings going on. And some people don't know prior to that, there were people living, I think what they say, the sun has been burning for 3.6 million years. So myself telling me if the sun has been in existence for that long, the sun is here to give us energy, to provide, to make everything sustain, basically to watch over us. If the sun is that old, man has to be that old. Because didn't God create the heavens and the earth and then created man in his like image? I mean, everything was created in 7 days. So they all had to exist at the same time. There was no way the sun existed for millions of years before man. And then there was this big explosion in outer space and then everything happened and then bam, Big Bang Theory. Big Bang sucked my ass. That didn't happen. So if you ask me, I would like to say humankind is 3.6 million years old. So just think about what's been happening 3.6 million years. We have fallen. We have fallen for a reason because you know what? The fallen angels, so to speak, they taught us stuff that they should have not taught us. And we got too big for our britches. That's what parents like to call it. They like to say, you get too big for your britches. It's coming. You're getting too big for your britches. So, you know, yeah, we did. We didn't listen and we started using this stuff. There go the moon. We come out of the moon and the sun out at the same time. We didn't listen, man. And so we fell. It's like God had to like dumb us down. Hey, we use less than 1% of our brain. What if we could activate 1 more percent? Just to imagine the things we can do. But he had to dumb us down because we weren't listening. We felt like we could be him. And it's like, we can't never be him. We can't understand that type of intelligence. I'm sorry. We will never be able to comprehend that sort of intelligence. But what I can comprehend right now is my fingers is about to freeze the fuck off. And I think it's only like 64 degrees here, but I'm anemic. I can't take this shit. But I just wanted to see that. I'm trying to catch the sun because I'd like to see the sun and the moon out at the same time. And if we were on a ball rotating around all this shit, we wouldn't be able to see this at the same time. But they still want to convince us of this. They still want to convince us. And look at that. Do you really believe the moon is that fucking far away? Like this, my Android camera, this is a tree that's maybe 6 feet in front of me. I'm zoomed all the way in. There's the moon. Look how close it is. And remember how I told you, they ain't ever been outside of that dome. I don't think they've ever gotten higher than maybe 55 kilometers or 60. They haven't got higher than 70 miles, I don't believe. And people don't understand. Like, just think about it. When you fly in an airplane, those airplanes, what? They fly fucking straight. That's why you have to make stops. If the world was constantly turning and rotating and shit, wouldn't flights be a lot shorter? Couldn't they just calculate the flights based on the way the rotation was going and where the position of the Earth is going to be at that time? It's like we wouldn't need flights. We could just stay still. and then eventually the Earth would catch up to the airplane, you know? But no, it don't work like that. It takes a long time when you go somewhere on air flights because you're flying across a straight fucking plane, a flat plane. It's not curved, it's flat. But airplanes can't get that high because the higher you go, the airplanes will just combust. You can't get that high. You get, the air is a electromagnetic and shit up there, and they can't get that high. But those rockets, they've seen what happened to them. They know. But they got to keep the lie going to keep us in this illusion. But once we start recognizing the truth, I mean, the illusion will break. That's it for now. I gotta get ready, get my day started. Well, my day starts at 5 a.m. But yeah, you know, do the grown-up thing, anger management and shit, work, all that, kids, school, blah blah blah. I'm out. Look at that pretty moon. Sun is taking too long to rise. It's been out here for like 12 minutes. But you see what I'm talking about. Look at the light. Just look. Just think. Look at how it curves. Look at how we curve around like an arch. Think of the St. Louis Arch. Think of the St. Louis Arch. That's all black right there now. Look at the light reflecting. Nah. I ain't on no round ball spinning. That's out, people. Wake up. Can't turn it on.